So, lads, when we talk about the 2025 WNBA draft, a lot of people have been talking about, Paige Bueckers is this generational player. And I fully stand by the fact that you can argue Paige Bueckers has generational talent. I think that's one argument you can make. But I think talent and impact and ability and what you show on the floor are two completely different things. I think there is a non-0% chance that Dominique Malonga goes number one in the WNBA draft. Because Dominique Malonga is doing things like we have not seen a player do what Dominique Malonga is doing. And the fact is, she is over 4 years younger than Paige Bueckers. So the reality of the situation is she going to be better than Paige Bueckers year one? Because heck, I don't even know if she can come over in 2025 because of prioritization rules. She'll have to leave her team in Lyon, which, you know what, she might just do. They go win the Euro Cup, she might just leave them. I've always said this, and it's like, if she drops to 7 in the draft, that it is the long-term replacement for Jonquel Jones, and that she could be the best center in the W. Dominique Malonga is just a joke. So, she is currently over in Washington right now. She is obviously posting that she's game. She's being showed around courtside at games. Mystic. Look at this. Just look at this. Look at, there's no WNBA player that's dunked with the ease of Dominique Malonga. And by the way, she drop step dunks. She's dunked 3 times already this year. She is 6'6" with a 7'1" wingspan. She can shoot the ball. She's coordinated. Problem is she's not the best at catching the ball, but she runs incredibly fast. But look at her stats on the year. She's playing at a higher level than NCAA D1. Playing in the Euro Cup. She's averaging 18 points, 10.6 rebounds, and 1.1 assists. Yeah, that's what she is doing. She turned 19 in November. She was 19 a month and a half ago. And she is out here playing like a seasoned vet. And as the years gone on, she's gotten better and better and better. She's 12th in Euro Cup in points, 9th in, or 10.6 rebounds, 9th in rebounds. Look, she's putting up much better numbers even than Temi Fagbenle is in Euro Cup. As you can see, she's had games where she's shooting 6 of 14, not great, but 14 of 21, 11 of 14 from 3. Not been great, 25%, but you look, she's willing to take them. She's willing to take them. There's games where she's gone 1 of 2, she's gone 1 of 1, 1 of 3. She's a good free throw shooter, a good-ish free throw shooter, around 70%. Look, she is not a finished product at all, but she is the age of a college sophomore. She's younger. She's 6 months younger than Juju Watkins. She's younger than Hidalgo. She's younger than all of these players. And she can come into the WNBA with a physical profile that has been seen, but not with her ability to sprint. She's played at the Olympic level where she was okay. I'm not going to say she was unbelievable at the Olympics, but she was okay. And if we're talking about generational, I think maybe let's move past Paige. I still don't think you would use number 1 on her. I think it should be at least a conversation. I think you at least work her out. If you were Dallas and you are saying it's Paige or nobody, for any other reason than, you know what, we've sold all of our tickets for Paige, but you sold out last year. You're not going to unsell your tickets for Paige. It's not a formality, even Paige is going to come out. Paige is a bad year at UConn. If AZ Fudd doesn't play, she might just go, you know what, I'm making enough money, I'll go play with AZ for a year. If AZ Fudd wants to go back as well. They might just decide to go back. And Paige could become a super duper senior. But when it comes to Dominique Malonga, if she is going to come to the WNBA, she's not going to be the best center this year. She's going to be a backup center this year. But you have to think, do you think you can turn her into, within 4 years, into a all-star level center? I think the answer is yeah. Ezi Magbagor has been in the WNBA since 2019. So she's been a WNBA player since 2019. She's 6 months older than Kate Martin. You have to you have to take into account the whole ages and the international players being allowed to come over as teenagers. Like everyone's saying, like, oh, you know, Jade Melbourne, like, oh, she should have been out of the WNBA, like, oh, she came over too young. And it's like, no, she was a really good player. She was younger than every rookie last year. The youngest player in the WNBA, same with Sika Kone. And if you have a redraft, she goes above JC Sheldon, even though she's what, a year and a half younger than JC Sheldon. But because she was drafted 2 years earlier, they're like, oh, you know, she should be better. She's a vet. And it's like, no, it's the dumbest thing ever. You're seeing Lou Lopez Seneschal going into the W at 25, at 26 making her WNBA debut. It's like, you know, it's a rookie. She's got time to develop. She's 26 years old. Whereas you have Dominique Malonga, if she comes over this year, she literally turns 26. She'll be 26 years old in the 2032 season. Or sorry, she will be 26 years old in the 2032 season. And you're going to have, she'll be 25 years old in the 2031 season. But in the 2025 season, you're going to have Sedona Prince, 25 years old, as a rookie and be like, oh, you know, she's a rookie. It's the dumbest logic ever. It's like, oh, you know, rookies need time to develop. But it's like, you've got 4 extra years of development if you get her. And if you can't develop her in 4 years, it's on you. It's on you. You've got her for 4 extra years. And if you're talking about potential, there is no player not named Paige Bueckers that has higher potential than her. And I think you can argue that Paige Bueckers might have hit her ceiling. I think, to be fair, the highest potential in this draft is Dominique Malonga. The only one of these players in this draft I think could be, at any stage, a top 3 or 4 player in the WNBA is Dominique Malonga. And she's already dunked 3 times this year. And I think a couple of dunks and a couple of these crazy workouts, I think if you're Dallas, you at least work her out. I still don't think she goes number 1. Look, I think there is a 5% chance she goes number 1. I'd say there's a 5% chance she goes number 1. I'd say there's a 10% chance Dallas trade number 1. Paige is going number 1 no matter what. But if Dallas don't want Paige, I think they trade number 1 to somebody desperate. Maybe you go to LA and go, you know what, give us number 2, give us your 2027 pick, and give us your second round pick. Give us pick 13. So we go and take, I don't know, you go and take 2, you get Malonga, you get your 2027 pick, and then at pick number 13, you can get someone really good because this year's draft is extremely deep. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. I'm just very, very high on Dominique Malonga, and what she's been doing this year in Euro Cup has been incredible. Like, she won Euro Cup the MVP. She won the MVP of Euro Cup, which is a much higher level than NCAA D1. And she did it at, for the month of November. So she did it at 18 years old. Crazy.